How's it going, everybody? This is Pristine Paper back again for another video. And today I'm going to be doing another case study on my channel, which is basically me going in depth on a certain topic or player in sports history, coming up with a hypothesis, and then trying to prove the hypothesis in the greater sports realm or history of sport. And today's case study is going to be on Ashton Eaton. And if you don't know Ashton Eaton, we will get into that in this video. But first, I'm just going to showcase the card. So this is from 2013 Goodwin Champions, Upper Deck Goodwin Champions. And this is the autograph of Ashton Eaton on card, full name auto. And in this picture, he's pole vaulting, which is kind of cool. And on the back, it just says you have pulled an Ashton Eaton auto. So pretty cool. These cards are pretty rare. You don't really see them a lot, especially from 2013 Goodwin Champions. That's over 10 years ago now, which is crazy. But yeah, pretty cool. And additionally, I wanted to show that I have actually met Ashton Eaton back in 2014 in the Reggie Lewis Center in Boston, Massachusetts. There was a pretty big indoor track meet there. It was being held there, and I just went as a spectator. And I got my picture with a bunch of really famous, at the time at least, famous track and field athletes. So pretty fun. And I'll put a picture up here on the screen, of course, of me and Ashton Eaton. Pretty awesome moment. I kind of just saw him at the entrance of the arena. And like there's no really security or anything holding you back from going up to these people. And, I went up to him. I was like, hey, can I get a picture? And he was super nice and just a genuine guy. And so that's the picture right there. And yeah, it's a pretty young picture of me. So anyway, now I'm going to get into the case study. So hope you guys enjoy. If someone were to ask you, who was the greatest athlete from the year 2012 to the year 2016? I'm sure many names might come to mind, such as LeBron James and his captivating dunks. Maybe Serena Williams and her all-out dominance in the game of tennis as a whole. Or maybe even Tom Brady and his clutch factor. However, what if I told you it was none of these athletes I just mentioned? And the greatest athlete from that era was none other than decathlete Ashton Eaton. Yes, I said that right. Ashton Eaton. He outclasses all of those athletes in every single possible way, and let me explain why. Ashton Eaton was born in Portland, Oregon on January 21st, 1988. He was very athletic from a young age, competing in football, basketball, running, soccer, wrestling, and he even earned a black belt in Taekwondo. When Eaton was actually in 5th grade, he relocated to Bend, Oregon, where he later attended Mountain View High School. Eaton was very interested in track and field. However, only a few colleges had reached out to Eaton for recruitment. He even considered playing football at a Division III college. However, after some deliberation, Eaton decided to attend a university with a strong decathlon program. And being from Oregon and living in Bend, he chose the University of Oregon. Upon arrival to the University of Oregon, Eaton greatly improved in many events within the decathlon, such as the 1500 meter, high jump, hurdles, and pole vaults. He improved his pole vault by nearly 4 feet in 1 year and reached 8,000 points by his 6th collegiate decathlon. In Eaton's first year as an Oregon Duck, he was one of only 3 freshmen nationwide to qualify provisionally for NCAAs in the combined events both indoors and outdoors. Finished 2nd in the Pac-10 Championships decathlon with a season best 7,123 points. In only his 2nd career decathlon. He then placed 3rd at the USA Junior Championships decathlon with 7,155 points, and 2nd in the long jump. The latter of which earned him a trip to Brazil for the 2007 Pan American Junior Championships. In 2008, Eaton won the decathlon at the NCAA Men's Outdoor Track and Field Championships. In 2009, Eaton defended his decathlon title again at the NCAA Championships to win with 8,241 points. He also won the heptathlon title at the 2009 NCAA Indoor Championships with 5,988 points. As you can tell, Eaton was very dominant in his days as an Oregon Duck, but it went even further in his days as a professional athlete as well. Through the years 2012 to 2016 as a professional athlete, Ashton Eaton won 7 gold medals, 2 Olympic golds in the decathlon, 2 World Championship golds in the decathlon, and 3 World Indoor Championship golds in the heptathlon. Along with those staggering achievements, he also has held many world records. He's still currently holding the indoor heptathlon world record of 6,645 points. Additionally, he was also the decathlon world record holder 2 times. He broke his own record in 2015 and set it originally in 2012. Combined, Eaton held the record for 6 years. However, in 2018, his record was broken by Kevin Mayer, and he is still the current world record holder. Now, I've kind of been using the terms decathlon and heptathlon a little loosely here, as if I assumed every viewer knew what those events consisted of. However, now we're going to jump into the history lesson here on the history of the decathlon. So, to go back in time a little bit here, the decathlon developed from the ancient pentathlon competitions held at the ancient Greek Olympics. Pentathlons involved 5 disciplines, which were long jump, discus throw, javelin throw, sprint, and a wrestling match. Introduced in Olympia during 708 BC, this competition was extremely popular for many centuries. A 10-event competition known as the All-Around or All-Around Championship, similar to the modern decathlon, was first contested at the United States Amateur Championships in 1884 and reached a consistent form by 1890. While an all-around event was held at the 1904 Summer Olympics, whether it was an official Olympic event has been disputed. The modern decathlon first appeared in the Olympic athletics program at the 1912 Games in Stockholm. Speaking of Stockholm, traditionally, the title of World's Greatest Athlete has been given to the person who wins the decathlon. This began in 1912 at the Stockholm Olympics when Gustav V of Sweden told Jim Thorpe, "Sir, you are the world's greatest athlete," after Thorpe won the decathlon gold. To further explain the events of the decathlon, deca in Greek means 10, and athlon means contest or prize. So that basically translates to 10 event contest. So the events consist of the 100 meters, the 400 meters, 1500 meters, the 110 meter hurdles, long jump, high jump, pole vault, discus throw, javelin throw, and shot put. Basically, in the decathlon, all units of measurement for athleticism are quantified and recognized here, such as running, jumping, and throwing. Now, the heptathlon is a completely different event, where hept means 7, and as I mentioned prior, athlon means contest or prize. So this is a 7-event contest. Currently, the men's heptathlon is an indoor-only competition. It is the only men's combined event in the IAAF World Indoor Championships in Athletics, and it consists of 7 events, as mentioned prior. These events consist of the 60-meter dash, long jump, shot put, high jump, 60-meter hurdles, pole vault, and the 1,000-meter dash. Essentially, the heptathlon is the indoor version of the decathlon, as track and field is a year-round sport. However, there are the indoor and outdoor games as respective due to weather conditions and all over the globe. Now, with all that background information out of the way, let's get back to my hypothesis that I am trying to prove, that Ashton Eaton is the best athlete from 2012 to 2016. So, I have his personal bests here right in front of me for all of the 10 events in the decathlon, and I have them compared to the world record as well. So, to get into it, firstly, Ashton's 100-meter record. So, firstly, Ashton's 100 meters personal best is 10.21 seconds, with the world record being 9.58. His long jump is 8.23 meters compared to the world record's 8.95 meters. His shot put is 15.4 meters, with the world record being 23.5. High jump is 2.11 meters, with the world record being 2.45. The 400-meter run dash, she has 45 seconds, and the world record is 43.03. The 110-meter hurdles, he has 13.35 seconds, and the world record is 12.080. In the discus throw, Ashton has 47.36 meters, and the world record is 74.35 meters. On the pole vault, Ashton has 5.40 meters, and the world record is 6.26 meters. For the javelin, Ashton has 66.64, and the world record is 98.48 meters. And lastly, for the 1500 meters, Ashton has 4 minute and 14 second personal best, while the world record is 3 minutes and 26 seconds. So, basically, is Ashton the world record holder in any one single event? No. Is he elite in almost every single event? Basically, yes. You can say so. So is it fair to say that he can run, jump, and throw at an elite level more so than anybody else in the world, as he has won gold medal after gold medal in these events to prove so? I would say yes. Now that we've gone to Ashton pretty in-depth, we're going to go into his competition. And as I mentioned prior, I'm going to compare him to 3 athletes from this era that had probably the best resumes at the time: LeBron James, Serena Williams, and Tom Brady. So we're going to start off with LeBron James. From 2012 to 2016, that 4-year stretch, LeBron was a 3-time NBA champion in 2012, 2013, and 2016. Additionally, he was a 3-time NBA Finals MVP in all 3 of those championship series. He's a 2-time MVP in 2012 and 2013, regular season MVP, and he has 1 Olympic gold medal in 2012. Additionally, he's a 4-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, 2-time All-Defensive Team, and 2-time AP Athlete of the Year in that 4-year stretch. Now, this is probably Ashton's biggest competition in terms of LeBron being named the greatest athlete in the world at this time. However, I'm going to argue that Ashton is better in terms of him being the all-around better athlete with his running and his jumping. LeBron can jump pretty high. Now, the reason that I'm saying that Ashton is better than LeBron James athletically is because Ashton absolutely has LeBron beat in sprints. I know LeBron is bigger and probably can jump a little bit, probably not as high as Ashton, but can probably jump in the same realm as Ashton. Maybe not as far for a long jump, but maybe for throws, LeBron has Ashton beat. However, I'm pretty sure that Ashton can definitely beat LeBron in anything else. Definitely in the 1500 meters, and in the 100-meter dash, and definitely in the hurdles. So that's why I have Ashton over LeBron James, even though that LeBron has a pretty good resume at this time. I mean, Ashton also has a pretty good resume. 7 gold medals. So, hard to kind of argue against that. So that's why I have Ashton above LeBron James. Also, LeBron's game is a team sport. It's not as much of an individual accomplishment as is for Ashton. I mean, LeBron obviously has a 2-time MVP, 2-time regular season MVP, 4-time All-Star, all those kinds of acknowledgments. But again, it's a team sport, and Ashton is doing this all on his own, essentially. Now we are on to Serena Williams. And from 2012 to 2016, she has quite a range of accomplishments and acknowledgments, as well as honors and things of that nature. In terms of the Olympics, she had won gold in singles and in doubles in London 2012. So 2 Olympic gold medals in that time frame. And she was named Player of the Year from 2012 to 2015. That's 3 times. So she's a 3-time Player of the Year. And then she's a multiple-time top 10 placer in terms of the top 10 ranks from 2012 to 2016. Additionally, she's won 23 Grand Slams. In 2014, she won her 6th U.S. Open title. In 2017, she won her 7th Australian Open title. And in 2015, she won her 6th Wimbledon title. And she became the only person in history, male or female, to win 3 of the 4 Grand Slams 6 times. Pretty amazing. All in all, it is pretty hard to argue against Serena Williams' resume. However, I am going to do it just because of the fact that her sport does not incorporate all of the aspects of athleticism in terms of jumping and throwing. Of course, she can dart back and forth, but in terms of pure athleticism, it's really hard to consider her beating Ashton Eaton in any event within the decathlon or the heptathlon. I guess you could maybe argue jumping, but again, I don't really think that's much of an argument. Ashton again is a 7-time gold medalist, and again, it's a bit more of a debate with Serena Williams, considering this is also an athlete where she's not on a team. This is just her out there competing, and just as much as Ashton is competing by himself in his events. So it's more of a better comparison. However, it's really, also at the same time, it's really no comparison. I would say Ashton clears Serena Williams within that time frame as well. And next up, we probably have the weakest comparison here with Tom Brady. Tom Brady had a pretty good run between the 2012 to 2016 era, that 4-year run. He was actually a 2-time Super Bowl champion and a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Additionally, he was a 2nd-team All-Pro member in 2016. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler, and he led the league in touchdowns 1 time. Comparing this to Ashton Eaton, and athletically speaking, there's no way and no how Tom Brady is beating Ashton Eaton in any event. Maybe besides throwing. Maybe Tom is a good discus thrower, a good javelin thrower, maybe a good better shot put thrower. However, in anything involving jumping or running, Tom is nowhere on the same planet, in the same galaxy. It's no comparison there. Ashton Eaton clears him with the 7 gold medals in the decathlon within that time frame. Ashton is the way better, is the clear choice and the way better athlete between this time frame than Tom Brady. All right, on to my concluding remarks / discussion onto why Ashton Eaton is the best athlete through the 2012-2016 time span. Now, I want to kind of go over the fact that he is 6'1" and was 180 pounds while he competed. Ashton won all gold possible in the events he competed in from 2012 to 2016, all under the age of 30 as well. In 2016, he won his final gold medal at 28 years old. So, to go over his medals again, in 2012, London, he won gold for the decathlon. In 2016, Rio, he won gold for the decathlon. Both of those were the Olympic Games. In 2013, Moscow, 2015, Beijing, both for the decathlon. At Worlds, he won gold for both of those. And then in 2012, Istanbul, 2014, Sopot, in 2016, Portland, he won gold in the heptathlon for the Worlds Indoor. So that's his 7 gold medals in total. And then within that 2012 to 2016 time span, he held 2 world records in the decathlon and heptathlon. So he truly was the greatest athlete of all time within that time span for those 10 events. Not to mention, they are all within a 2-day time span. So there's 5 events per day. So he's doing these events back to back to back in some essence of that. So you have to also take that into account. He's doing these events back to back to back. It's not like he's having a lot of time to rest. And usually if you're just a one event athlete, you're doing that one event and you're done for the rest of the day. That's all you're preparing for. Whereas Ashton is preparing for everything all at once. Additionally, when looking at his personal bests for all of the 10 events within the decathlon, he is just mere seconds or meters away from the world record, especially when looking at the 100 meter, looking at the long jump, looking at the high jump, and even the 400 meter. He is very, very close. And the 110 meter hurdles. The only area he kind of lacks in is the throws, but he honestly makes up for a lot in his dashes and jumps. So that's another thing to look at. And in terms of the 3 athletes we talked about, LeBron James, Serena Williams, and Tom Brady, the closest one out of those 3 in terms of the athletic ability to even compare to Ashton is LeBron. And if you think about it, LeBron is somewhat like Ashton in the NBA, where he does it all. He rebounds, he scores, he assists, he plays defense. So it's kind of like Ashton in a sense, where Ashton will run, jump, and throw. They kind of have the same archetype in both of their respective sports. However, Ashton will do those baseline athletic abilities at a much higher level and a much more consistent level in a much shorter time span. So in my mind, if you take 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16 LeBron and put him up against Ashton in that time period, there's no way that Ashton is losing. He is going to clear against LeBron James. And we're back from the discussion, back to the card at hand, the sample of an Ashton Eaton autograph. So as I've said multiple times, and as I've argued over and over again, Ashton Eaton is the best athlete from the 2012-2016 time span in the whole world. It's not LeBron James, it's not Serena Williams, it's not Tom Brady, it's not anybody else that you may think of except Ashton Eaton. And he has proven it time and time again that he does not get the respect he deserves. But again, this is the Upper Deck Goodwin Champions auto of Ashton Eaton. Whoops. His only pack-pulled autograph, so pretty rare. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this case study. It took a long time for me to kind of compile all the information, do all the editing and those things. So really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, or comment below what I should do next. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to kind of peace out here and say bye. See you later.